हाँ ओके सर. एक मिनिट सर, फक्त एकच मिनिट, अजून थोडं स्टार्ट केलं नाही आपण. ओके, नाउ वी जॉइन.
तिकडे जॉईन झालं होतं.
ओके ओके सर, तुम्ही इकडे पण राहा आणि तेव्हा तिकडे पण राहू शकता युट्यूबवर. Okay, sir, we start now. Hello, good evening. I am Dr. B. Gaikwad, Professor, Department of Zoology, Vaidyanath College, Parivajanath. I welcome you all for today's consortium webinar on role of Accreditation Advisory Council, that is AAC, in higher education. Today's consortium webinar is jointly organized by Vaidyanath College, Parivajanath, Yevishri College, Ambazogai, Jnanopasak College, Parvani, Sri Shivaji College, Renapur, and Sri Govindrao Mundghate College, Kurkheda. We are delighted and privileged to host the webinar as a side event in this pandemic period of COVID-19. We are happy that as much as 1,000 plus delegates have registered being from our entire country. The main purpose of organizing this consortium is to get familiar with the role of accreditation, advisory council, and its overall procedure in higher education. I also welcome to our consortium convener, Dr. P.S. Vakte sir, Principal, Danopasak Mahavidyalaya, Parvani, Dr. R.S. Avasti sir, Principal, Shivaji Mahavidyalaya, Renapur, Dr. R.G. Mundghate sir, Principal, Sri Govindrao Mundghate College, Kurkheda, Dr. V.S. Hamde sir, Professor and IQAC Coordinator, Yogeshwari College, Mahavidyalaya, Ambazogai. Now we have the speaker. The speaker of today's webinar is Dr. Abhay Solanke sir. He is working as a head Department of Microbiology and also IQAC coordinator in Sri Govindrao Mundghate College, Kurkheda, District Gadchiroli, Maharashtra. You all have heard that the University Grant Commission, that is UGC, has decided to set up an Accreditation Advisory Council, that is AAC, that will simplify the Commission to establish more accreditation agencies. The entire UGC has decided to bring in more accreditation and assessment agencies, that is AAC, AAA, to speed up the process of accreditation of higher education institution in India. We want to know what the main role of Accreditation Advisory Council and how it is functioning in higher education in our country. For this, first of all, we request to our speaker, Dr. Abhay Solanke sir, Head Department of Microbiology and IQAC Coordinator, Sri Govindrao Mundghate College, Kurkheda, District Gadchiroli. Sir, I request you to please start your talk on today's theme, that is role of Accreditation Advisory Council in higher education. Okay, sir, you can proceed.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Vinod Gaikwad, sir, for giving me a chance and opportunity to speak in front of all. I welcome all the dignitaries that are being present to this webinar for the Education 4 period, which is launched today with the new education policy, that is 2020, which is bringing very new avenues in the education. And one of such thing which has brought in Education 4 is the AAC, which is being called as the Accreditation Advisory Council. Now, this Accreditation Advisory Council, it is called as Manyata Sallagar Parishad in Marathi, okay, and it is written in other languages also. Now, just I will state regarding how this AAC has come into the existence. What is the role or what is the pioneer behind the role of our constitution and how this AAC has evolved? So, basically, if we see our constitution itself, in its part, that is 246 of 66, our constitution speaks about coordination and determination of standards in institutions for higher education or research and scientific and technical institutions. This is what our constitution says, and it is governed only by the central government and not by any other government. So this is what the word comes: coordination, determination, and standards in our each and every UGC regulation. So this is what the central government plays the part, or our parliament plays the part through the UGC in the determination of standards in terms of the quality education given by the higher education institutions. So, apart from this, what is the main function of UGC which was being given in one of the gazette that was being published on January 22nd, 1954? In its part, that is say, the UGC is to advise the central government or any universities on any question which may be referred to the commission by the way of central government or university, as the case may be, or it may be any advice to central government, state government, with regard to the recognition and any other purposes. It means the standards of quality and any other purposes. UGC is the final body which deals with the every function. No other body can deal with, or any advice which is to be taken by the state or any state government person, he has to write to the UGC. This is the main function where this gazette speaks of about the UGC and its function. Now, regarding our quality, here the parliament which is functioning has brought about the next. In the UGC Act, it is being stated that I just refer for one definition which is coming for, which will be needed for you in the upcoming slides. You should know this definition firstly. Is in the Act of UGC, which was published in the Gazette of 1954, it states that it is this clause 12C, and its amendment is 12C, 12CC, and 12CCC. Now, with the total amendments, the clause 12CCC says that it is related with the establishment in accordance with the regulation under this Act and the common facilities which are being given and the fund disbursing mechanism. This clause is related to this, but many agencies interpret that we are the autonomous organization under the clause CCC of UGC. This is what I feel many agencies are using this, but this clause do not deals with the autonomy, and it is not having any connection to the autonomy. Next slide. Yes. In 2010, the parliament has gone very huge pressure of international and the national pressure, and a bill that is called as the draft statute, means whenever a bill comes, it is in the form of a statute, that when that comes, it becomes a bill and that becomes a law when it is passed from the both the houses of the Parliament of India and it is assented. This initiative is brought about in the forms of bill. These bills are brought about by the current member as well as the ex-members of both the houses, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So the two bills that were laid down in the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha are, first, that the bill laid was having bill number 54 of 2010. This was entered in the Lok Sabha on the date 3rd May 2010, and this bill was called as the National Accreditation Regulatory Authority for Higher Education Institutions Bill 2010. And this bill was not brought by any member, but it was brought by the government itself. Hence, it is called as the government bill. No member, current member or ex-member has brought. See what the government has thought about the accreditation regulatory authority to be brought. Secondly, on the same day, that is on 12th August, when it was laid on the table of Lok Sabha, it was laid on the table of Rajya Sabha also. And this bill was given the number as 238. Yes, this is the Rajya Sabha with Bill 238, and I have given the composition of the committee of Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. In Rajya Sabha, the member of the chairman of this committee was Oscar Fernandez, and from there was one member which belongs to our Marathwada region, was Dr. Janardhan Wagmare sir. The first vice chancellor of SRTM was the member of this committee of Lok Sabha, of Rajya Sabha. And in Lok Sabha, it was the Kirti Azad and all those peoples. Then PG Jadhav, that is Pratap Rao Jadhav, was one of the members from Maharashtra to this committee. So this was the committee that was being brought out and has worked out and brought about the two bills. And then we say state that it's a disturbance is being there. result of evaluation or assessment or by any other specific method followed by accrediting agencies. Here word comes the accrediting agencies, and it
थोडंसं
is
ऐक ना.
being conducted
नाही नाही नाही, ऐक
benchmark
ना, सुरू झालं.
through a
मला यायला आवाज.
benchmark quality
आला का तुला?
processes. Secondly,
नाही.
regarding the assessment in UGC, the process is verifying the capabilities of higher education institutions in the terms of academic outcomes, physical infrastructure, human resources, including facilities, administration of course, curricula. These are the assessment parameters that are to be considered as per the 2018 regulation, and modifications are to be done. Then what is meant by accreditation agencies? Means first it has come to the definition in the 2008. It may be any agency, and this agency should have its registration as per the clause 5 of 2018, including the NAC and NBA. These are the agencies as per this, and these agencies will be getting the certificate of registration, that is from the UGC itself. If you see the second clause of this, that is how these agencies are registered. So 2012 clause do not speak any word about the agencies, but it was in 2014, and in 2018 regulation UGC had stated no AAA, it means accreditation and assessment agency, shall accept under in accordance with the conditions of certificate of registration obtained from the commission. This clause says that any agency that is prevailing in India should have the certificate of assessment or have the certificate of recognition from UGC only and not from any other. And this certificate is to be produced by the total agencies that are operating in the India. This is regarding the registration of assessment and accreditation industries. Now, after registration and accreditation, these three clause speaks of about the application that is to be done by the registered agencies to the UGC. And in this, it totally speaks any agency which is being registered under the Societies Registration Act or any other, it may be a company and other thing, those should apply to UGC with a specific date, with a specific time, with a specific conditions that are to be monitored by the UGC. All agencies, they have to apply and get registered. 2000 clause do not speak. Only 2014 speaks of the registration process that was being somewhat. But why this process has been stopped or not done was due to the amendments in acts and all those. Then public hearing on the registration certificate that is being issued. Whenever any assessment and accreditation agency which get registered with the UGC will get a certificate, and here public hearing is being called by the UGC on the certificate. Whenever, if suppose anybody is having the objection on that, he can give this objection to AAC, that is Accreditation Advisory Council, and that is within the 30 days. So this is regarding the certification and the issue of the certificate itself. Then how this certificate is issued? This certificate is issued by AAC. The regulation 2000 speak do not state about the issue of the certificate, but in 2014 and in 2018, the commission will be inviting the proposals from the various agencies by giving a public notice. Then in area, what is the area of a particular assessment and accreditation agency? This is defined. It was not defined in 2012, but it was defined in 2014. But now it has, as it has been replaced, the commission states that the certificate that is being given to any agency, it is limited to a particular region, a particular area, and a particular program. As per this regulation, no agency, accrediting agency, cannot operate in the India throughout. It has to be get the certificate throughout India if it is being given by the commission itself. But when it is being given to a limited area or a limited program as per this, they can operate only in the particular area only as per this clause. Then validity of the certificate. The whatever the certificate is given to any agency by the UGC's AAC, this is valid only for 2 years, and after 2 years that agency has again go to UGC and renew it by paying a particular fees, and then it goes for 3 years and 5 years depending upon the commission decision. And this is done through by paying a fees to the University Grants Commission by the specific agency. Then no changes should be made by the UGC itself, it is being stating. So changes in the certificate. So as per the 2018 regulation, no changes are to be done, and these changes, whenever they are to be done, they are to be communicated with the UGC. Now, fees of the assessment and accreditation agency, whatever the fees which we pay to do our college accreditation, it is having a specific mechanism which has come into existence as per the 2018 regulation.
Sir, your PPT is not visible.
PPT is not visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I will just show. Is it now visible?
Yes, yes. Now it is visible.
Yeah. So I will again start with the changes in certificate. This changes in certificate, whatever the change in the assessment and accreditation agency procedure is there, as per that, UGC will issue the certificate. And this certificate will be having then its own effects. Otherwise, it will not be having effect, because it will be given a specific code number. It will be given a specific recognition by the UGC. Now, assessment and accreditation fees. The fees which we pay to the agencies that are accrediting at present, this process has been stopped by UGC in 2018 only. And what does UGC says? Every accreditation and agency shall have a specific central pool. That is, the payment of such fees is specified by the commission through the public notice. So whatever the fees is to be paid for the accreditation, it is to be certified by the UGC through a public notification. Secondly, the Accreditation Advisory Council shall examine the quantum of fees that is to be levied to the agencies by a particular college or by a particular institution. Then it is also stated that commission shall create a mechanism where the higher education institutions would be charged fees that will be collected in the central pool of UGC, and then it will be distributed. And then commission shall thereafter authorize the remission of such fees payable to the Central Corpus Fund of Accreditation and Assessment Agency. So this is what, regarding the fees, the commission has given the directions that how the fees is to be collected, how much fees should be there, All these mechanisms comes under the AAC itself only. Then time intervals for the assessment and accreditation. It was in the basic clause, that is to regulation 2000 state. It states that regarding the time period. The time period for accreditation as per the Gazette of UGC is 6 years. That means it says that 2 years, 2 batches should be passed, unless and until you cannot go for the accreditation. This is the basic 2000. 2018 regulation do not speak any word about the time period only, because basically this was determined as per the bills that have been come, and same was being at the 2014 regulation regarding the time intervals. So for any institution, there is time period of 6 years for the accreditation normally, in between 2 cycles or whatever the 2 accreditation period. Suppose the institution does accreditation for this year, after 6 years only he have to apply for any assessment and accreditation agency, not at the any other period which is being specified, because this period is specifically given by the UGC. No agency can alter this period. Then secondly, the audit inquiry of assessment agencies. Agencies, these assessment and accreditation agency which are being formed by the commission, has to undergo the accreditation itself, they itself. And this audit is done by the UGC. It was not having a single word in 2012 regulation, but in 2014, the agencies that are doing the assessment and accreditation, they were compiled to do the accreditation of their own by accreditation audit committee. Now, one of the part of this accreditation audit committee is it lies with the European Commission and other commissions that are being set up by the international communities that are operating in Asia and other countries. So basically the 2014 amendment is not touched by both the regulations, that is of 2012 and 2018. It is shall be conducted quantum fees, which we have seen it is in the earlier. Allocation of the agencies is also there, which is given where any accreditation agency college which has to form has to apply to agency AAC, and AAC will give 3 names, and out of these 3 names, there it will be forming the asset of the particular college. So this is how the AAC works, and this is the composition which is being given, which I told just now. This is the UGC letter which was being first timely taken under the RTI from the UGC. It was not displayed by UGC. Still, why it is ironically it was being not displayed by the UGC also. So we have taken very big efforts by me and my friends to procure this letter from UGC. Now, the main functions of AAC, what is to be done? The AAC will follow a transparent merit-based selection process to form any assessment and accreditation agency to recommend to commission for registration. And there, this AAC will notify that particular agency. So the notification of particular agency by AAC is essential part. Do after these regulations we'll come to know in the next slide. And the new is that the Council for Higher Education, which is also there functioning internationally. And third is, well, I have not got details about this agency, that is Council for Educational technology coming into the arena of the assessment and accreditation of the college itself. So, regarding this SAC, I would like to state that, see the state which is being having the agency of itself of assessment and accreditation. It was the Kerala state, where the government announced the formation of State Assessment and Accreditation Council or Center of the Kerala state. This was first. And see, and in October, AAC came into existence. So these are the two things which are having various. So such assessment and accreditation agencies can be formed by the state, or they may be formed by the any person or the group of persons coming. So here, by telling all these mechanisms, questions you can ask.
Now, delegate participant can ask their question in chat box. If they are having any question, please type in chat box. I will ask to our speaker. Delegate are requested. They have any question regarding AAC or Accreditation Advisory Council, please ask your question, type in your
Chat box.
Okay, sir. Actually, there is no any question in chat box. Delegate participants are very well known that the role of Accreditation Advisory Council, that is AAC in higher education, if they are having any question, please contact to our speaker, Dr. A.B. Solanke, sir. They can give the detailed counseling regarding the same. So, now we
Doctor,
move towards the vote of thanks.
Doctor, please,
Hi,
Dr.
actually, I was
Gaikwad,
sir.
There is one question
Yes, sir, yes.
from Neeta
Yes.
Kanolkar. Why then NIRF ranking is based on NAC
Yes.
and autonomy is also granted on the basis of NAC score? Dr. Abhay, please.
Sir, what has happened is that it was not being mentioned. It was only one agency and no other agency in the arena has come into the play. That's why only one name came, and how this one name has been taken such a deep root is a matter of research to be done. And why the word any agency which is being told by the parliament, told by the UGC regulations, has not been become so popular. Many our higher education administrators only speak of only one agency. They have not spoken of about any other agency. And UGC, when it was found that there is no other agency, due to this, the word was mentioned in there. But now, if you see, UGC is day by day removing the word and using the word any assessment and accreditation agency, that is AAA, is being used by UGC from this 2018 and 19 onwards. It has been mandatory for UGC and every government agency to state regarding the word only assessment and accreditation agency, not to use any specific word. This is done. It was back. What happened in the back is we cannot tell about why that word came into existence. As I already told, it is a matter of research, and we are not concerned about that why it came into the existence and all those, because those are all the agencies.
Dr. Abhay, there is another question
Yes.
asked by Mr. Ashish Kumar. नई शिक्षा नीति में शिक्षक की क्या भूमिका होगी? Although this is the question directly not related with AAC, but a part
Hello?
is coming under AAC. नई शिक्षा नीति में शिक्षक की क्या भूमिका होगी?
सर, नए शिक्षा नीति के तहत अगर हम देखा जाए तो यह कहा जा सकता है कि नए नीति के तहत जब अलग अलग प्रोग्राम्स बन रहे हैं और अलग अलग एवेन्यूज सामने आ रहे हैं कि कॉम्बिनेशंस कैसे हो गए, बच्चों को किस तरह से पढ़ाया जाएगा, स्पेसिफिक प्रोग्राम्स हो गए, एकेडमिक क्रेडिट बैंक्स आने वाले हैं, इसके लिए हर एक की आवश्यकता होगी और हर एक का रीजनल स्पेसिफिकेशन होना चाहिए। इसीलिए इस आवश्यकता को ध्यान में रखते हुए एएसी का गठन किया है और अभी जो मौजूदा स्थिति है वो अपर्याप्त है इन चीजों को प्राप्त करने में, और इन चीजों को उनमें एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए मौजूदा स्थिति अपर्याप्त है। ये भारत का 2018 का गैजेट कहता है, ये राज्यसभा और पार्लियामेंट के रिपोर्ट कहते हैं कि मौजूदा स्थिति को बढ़ाना चाहिए, बढ़ावा देना चाहिए। इसीलिए आने वाले समय में एएसी का जो मैकेनिज्म रहेगा वो असेसमेंट और एक्रीडिएशन के प्रोसीजर्स पर रहेगा। उनमें होने वाले बदलाव, उनमें होने वाले हर प्रोसीजर ट्रांसपेरेंट, यहां तक ये मैं कहूंगा कि ऑल दे विल, उनमें क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स आ रहा है और उसमें एआई आ रहा है। इन चीजों को ध्यान में रखते हुए एएसी का गठन किया है। नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में इसका बहुत बड़ा योगदान रहेगा कि आप किस तरह से ब्लेंडेड एजुकेशन दे रहे हो, ऑनलाइन दे रहे हो या एनी अदर पर्पस, उसको क्वालिटी किस तरह से होना है और उसका मॉनिटरिंग करना है, ये एएसी करने वाला है एनईपी के तहत।
Dr. Abhay, one more question is there from Dr. Sharma, and she is asking, now under this AAC, how the accreditation and assessment of educational institutions will be carried out?
See, sir, assessment and see this AAC is as Accreditation Advisory Council. This Accreditation Advisory Council will give one of the agency. Suppose it is going to form many AAA, that is assessment and advisory agencies are going to form. Now, if your college is there, that your college will apply to UGC or to AAC and say that we want to go to assessment and accreditation. Then you will mention in your proposal which 3 agencies are present in India. You will give your name to that agency. From these 3 agencies, they will give you one agency, and from that agency you have to do your assessment and accreditation. This is the role of UGC itself in giving the agency. Now, no single agency is there. You have to apply for 3 agencies and your fees is to be paid to the UGC. And then from UGC, you will get the permission and you will get the certification and all those, which is being authorized and which is being having the concurrence of AAC. Whatever the certificate of assessment and accreditation today you get are not having the concurrence of Assessment and Accreditation Council. So in coming ages, the concurrence given by AAC is going to play a great role to reflect your institution at national and international level. So this is the mechanism. You will have to approach to AAC with 3 agencies, then pay the fees. They will say which agency you want, and then the procedure of the assessment, that is the parameters for assessments and all those things, they will be determined by the AAC only. No other agency themselves can devise the mechanism. The mechanism is devised by the AAC only for the assessment and accreditation. The parameters will be coming. Till yet, the parameters from AAC are not being published. I might think they may be in the process and all those. And very soon they will be publishing these parameters of the assessment and accreditation agencies itself, because number of agencies are coming and they are now applying to UGC to get themselves recognized.
The last question, what I have seen over here, which is asked by Mr. Dr. Tejpal Singh, can a foreign agency will carry out assessment and accreditation locally in India?
Yeah, very good question, sir. Tejpal sir. As I have already mentioned and I have already told that the present agencies in India, they are not having the concurrence of the international agencies such as European Commission and the APQN. So as per AAC, any foreign agency can apply to AAC, get recognized themselves and can have your accreditation. Now at present, as per the AAC guidelines, your college or your education institution can apply to any agency such as APQN or European registered. So you can do that, and that is recognized morely in the scenario of any 2020, that is National Education Policy 2020. This you can do accreditation from any agency. It may be a national agency or it may be a international agency, but it should have its recognition from AAC.
तो मास्टरड्यांना बोलला होता ना मास्टरड्यांना असं काहीतरी त्यांनी लेख टाकला होता तो.
Hello, sir.
All the questions are over. Thank you, Dr. Abe. And over to Dr. Vinod Gaikwad, sir. Please.
Okay. Thank you, sir. A very nice question and answer session. All delegates are requested to actually, we will send the feedback form in your registered email, and after the filling of feedback form, you will get the certificate. So in your email, you can see the feedback form. After the filling of that, you will get the e-certificate. Now we move towards the vote of thanks. Good evening to all. I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks to those who have directly and indirectly contributed to completion of this webinar on role of AAC in higher education. On behalf of Vaidyanath College Parivaijanat, Yogeshwari College Ambazogai, Dhanopasar College Parvani, Sri Shivaji College Renapur, and Sri Govindra Munghate College Kurkheda, I would like to a sincere thank to our eminent and most appreciated invited resource person and speaker, Dr. Abhay Solanki sir, Head Department of Microbiology and IQC Coordinator, Sri Govindra Munghate College, Kurkheda District, Gadchiroli. Sir, you delivered a very nice talk on the role of AAC and how it is working and how it is functioning in our India. So thank you, sir. You are interesting for your interesting and thoughtful, provoking address to us. Sir, we are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence. We are really thankful to you. I sincerely thanks to our delegate participants for active participation. I would like to express my gratitude towards our conveners. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Dr. P.S. Vakte sir, Principal Dhanopasar College Parvani, then Dr. R.S. Avasti sir, Principal Sri Shivaji Mahavidyalaya Renapur, Dr. R.G. Munghate sir, Principal Sri Govindra Munghate College Kurkheda, and Dr. V.S. Hamde sir, IQC coordinator and professor, Department of Microbiology, Yogeshwari College, Ambajovai, for their motivation and help us in making the webinar such a resounding success. Now, I also request to all delegate participants to please fill the feedback form which is uploaded, or you are sent the feedback form in your registered email. So thank you once again.